Hey guys, Johan here. From 2024 to 2025, I had one of the most prestigious title reigns of all time. I was consistently Japan's number 5 and 6 Leomord for 3 seasons before his revamp. Now, it's been a few months since his revamp came out, and I've been playing him quite a lot. And I can tell you with straight confidence, he is still a beast, if not an even stronger threat than he was back in the day. In this video, I'll be telling you how to play him in the jungle, just like how I play him. This includes builds, emblems, playstyle, and tips and tricks. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Life and death, both for the glory.
Leomord has an empty bar under his HP, a mirror to his own broken heart. But don't worry, just like how antidepressants make you happy, Leomord has his own coping mechanisms. This sadistic freak fills his bar up each time he hits somebody. Each attack you do to a target will grant you 25 energy. At maximum energy, your next basic attack is a guaranteed 200% crit and heals 15% of your max HP. The trade-off for this is that he can't crit normally with his basic attack. Instead, he converts 1% crit chance into 1% crit damage. This passive is how you mainly sustain in fights and one of your primary sources of damage. If you hit multiple enemies with your skill or basic attack, you can get quicker passive proc. Skill 1. Momentum. Something most players these days don't know how to maintain. Leomord charges his really long sword and thrusts the enemies in the way. He quite literally slows you down so he can shove his stick up your ass. Enemies in this skill get slowed 40% for 1 second. The longer you charge this skill, the more damage it does. Alternatively, you can release it before it fully charges by tapping skill 1 again or using other skills. This skill is one of the strongest retro-secure skills. What that means is, on top of the damage from retribution, a high burst skill is used to have a better chance at securing Lord, Turtle, and other objectives. Think of it this way. Your smite is a rock. Sure, if you throw it, you might hit a bird or something, but if you use a slingshot, you can make your shot much more accurate and hit 3 stones with 1 bird. So, make sure you take advantage of this to secure every single Lord and Turtle, and if you fail, you can always blame yourself. Accountability is something everyone should practice and something that is quite lacking in today's society. Skill 2. Leomord dashes towards a designated area in a linear path and slows enemies in his way by 30% for 1 second. This skill is used as a way to engage, disengage, or reposition. You can also dash through walls with this skill. This is one of the most original skills in this game, and no other hero ever possesses the ability to dash like this. Finally, we have his ultimate. The one tool people use and assume they can 1v5 with no precautions. In this ultimate, Leomord's loyal steed, RBL, comes running at him in a straight line, hitting your enemies from behind and making an outfield tower. Our little pony comes towards us, dealing damage and slightly knocking back whoever is in its way. RBL is very goal-oriented, and he will not care if you miss your ride, and he will simply keep moving forward. So try not to miss your ride. If by some off miracle, you manage to take your ride, you enter mounted state. In this form, you gain multiple buffs. Firstly, you gain 50% movement speed that decays over 2 seconds. In this state, you become a very mobile legend. Another benefit of this ultimate is that you gain extra legs and the ability to attack enemies while moving. In addition, you also gain hybrid defense, scaling with your ult level, faster filling of your passive, and your skills also change. In Mounted Skill 1, RBL stomps on the ground so hard that rocks come out from under your enemies and buttfuck them, dealing damage and slowing enemies by 40% for 1 second. Your skill 2 remains mostly the same, still being a dash for you to reposition or engage with, but you also gain a bonus ability to run into whoever is stupid enough to stay in your way and knock them back with your horse.
me because I'm emo.
There are two main emblems that I personally use, the Marksman emblem and the Assassin emblem, but in my personal opinion, I prefer using the Marksman emblem. The attribute difference is minuscule, and the attack speed from the Marksman emblem benefits Leomord greatly. Though if they do nerf the Marksman emblem in the future, use the Assassin one. As for talents, you can use Thrill if you want attack, or Rupture if your enemies are tanky and you need more penetration. Seasoned Hunter is a given since we are playing him in the jungle and it allows us to farm faster. As for core talents, I recommend Killing Spree, as you can sustain longer in fights and gain some movement speed. You could also go for Quantum Charge if you'd like to stick to enemies more easily. Items vary depending on your enemies and what your team needs. This is a build that I personally use and recommend. Tough Boots first, followed by War Axe for sustain and damage, Brute Force for tankiness, crowd control reduction, and some extra damage. Then Sea Halberd for anti-heal, Queen's Wings for even more sustain, and a flex item lastly. Usually Malefic Roar or Rose Gold, depending on what's better in the situation. This is a hybrid build that can work for any enemy as long as you build them in the right order. You can ditch Sea Halberd if your team already has anti-heal and replace it with Endless Battle for more damage and sustain. I like to personally keep it as I play more independently. Anyways. Alternatively, you can also go for a more damage-oriented build as shown here. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I know which build to use? Don't worry, I've got you covered. For that, you'll have to quickly assess your teammates and your enemies. If your enemies have a lot of damage dealers and you have a tanky frontliner, go for a damage build with 1 or 2 defensive items. But if your team lacks a frontliner, go for a hybrid build right off the bat. If your enemies are tanky and you have a frontliner, go for items to shred and finish them off. If there is no tank in your team, go for counter items right off the bat, then build hybrid. Leomord's main role is to act as a cleanup finisher. You have to wait for your enemies to burn through their crowd controls and other resources, then strike like a snake. You should mainly try to target the enemy's backline and stick to them with the mobility from your ultimate. He has excellent impact in teamfights and excels in the chaos of solo queue matches. It is also important you play around the cooldown of his ultimate and position properly as he's quite vulnerable in his base form. Here is the summary of how you should play him. With that being said, let's finally get to some tips and tricks. Firstly, ban Suzhen. Try to farm safely in the early game. You gain your power spike at level 4, so avoid unnecessary fights. Once you have your ultimate, you should try to get a kill, then turn that kill into a turtle or invade. Remember, you're one of the strongest heroes in the early game, so take advantage of it and learn to snowball. Leomord has excellent impact in teamfights, so you want to have as much impact as you can. Try to farm fast and help your team. Don't forget to punish out-of-position enemies. It's important you know the capabilities of Leomord so you know which fights you can take, but that comes with experience. Generally though, if you're fed, you can easily win a 1v3. This is the standard combo used. Ult, then skill 1. Then skill 2 to get on your horse, then use whichever skill is necessary while pressing basic attack. Your skills reset after you get off your horse, so if you time it correctly, you can have a cool double dash. Lastly, when you use your mounted skill 2, make sure you drag the enemies in the right direction. Leomord is a very strong and dominant jungler and can easily carry games. He excels against healer supports, immobile mages, and most marksmen. As for his counters though, Minthithar and Suzhen are his ultimate ops. The former cancels all of your dashes and basically makes you a vegetable, while the latter throws you around like a ragdoll and just pokes you from afar. He is also useless against hard CC and marksmen who can melt him from a distance. Alright guys, that's about all the tips that I can give you with Leomord. If this video was entertaining, please like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. The previous guide managed to get 20 likes and 200 views. Let's try to exceed that this video and get 100 likes. That's all for now, and until next time, I'm out. What in tarnation?
Barbiel?
Barbiel? Where the hell's your armor? The hell are you doing here?
Let's go, Barbiel.
The hell are you looking at me for?
Let's go, Barbiel.
What the